Dominic,
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Go on.
Have you ever felt digmatized?
Digmatized? What? What? When you said, I've got the opener, this isn't where I was expecting it to go.
Welcome back to Box, people. Yeah, so before we get into anything, I had to listen to Taylor Swift's new album because, you know, Beck, big Swiftie.
Okay.
There was literally a lyric saying he had me digmatized.
Oh, wow.
You're defo using that one.
Yeah.
You know, because we're back. Roll the intro music.
Yeah, let's do it. So here we are back, and we're going to be talking about a few different things this week.
I feel we need to address the elephant in the room before we even get into that. Where the fuck have we been?
Oh, well, we'll get there. We'll get there. That is the first thing that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
The second thing we're going to talk about is the Baku GP. The third thing we're going to talk about is the Singapore GP.
And then we're going to talk about what the fuck you're wearing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wearing Williams. We'll dig more into that later. Anyway.
Right.
Before we do get started, where have we been?
Been busy. I ain't even gonna lie. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just been busy.
So, we unintentionally pulled a 2-race disappearing act because work.
Yeah, because money have to be made.
And chaos. Call it a double DNS.
Yeah, double DNS. Nah, honestly, we're sorry. Like, when you know what happened, mate? It's just literally just life got in the way, and as I said, we did this in our spare time, and I feel shit when stuff like that happens, you know.
It's
like,
one of those where, like, we've put all this effort in. We're on episode 34 now.
Yeah, fucking, we're falling behind.
That's essentially, well, you've got to look at it. Even if minimum we spent an hour on each episode, that's 34 hours.
Mate, straight up.
That's over a day.
Mate, straight up. Sorry,
we've
Police Hayden was calling me.
It's all right.
Nah, honestly, straight up, mate. Like, and a lot of people don't realise it either.
So we put all that effort in, but yeah, and it feels bad to let down, you know, our 2 number 1 fans, but the rest of them, yeah, you know,
and you got no fans.
You got no fans.
You know,
anyway,
he's a bin man.
Who's a bin man? Oh,
Whilst I'm ready. Anyway, moving on. I feel we've addressed that in the nip that in the bud. I'm back in glasses.
You are back in glasses.
I can actually fucking see now.
Yeah,
it's weird because I have to look underneath my glasses to read.
You got to just slow them down your nose and
No, because these are for distance, not for reading.
So, are we going to get into the news?
Yeah, right. Moving on. So, the Red Bull rebuild continues. Laurent Mekies has confirmed the team is in full reset mode. Rumours link Helmut Marko with retirement at the season end. You know what?
Thank God.
Piece of shit.
He's done some good, but he's also done a lot of bad.
He's done some good for the sport, and I can never take away from that. I really can't. But I also just think he's a bit of a piece of shit, you know?
Yeah.
Just a dickhead.
Moving on from
big dickhead energy.
Red Bull negativity. Cadillac reveal their official team name for 2026. And you're going to love it, Sam.
Go on.
Cadillac Racing Team America.
Oh my! Wow, that's fucking incredible. You know, that's actually incredible. If they don't do America, fuck yeah, Cadillac Racing Team America with drivers Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, who is what? What is Perez?
Mexican.
Fucking, I bet Trump isn't happy about that. We got a great American team. We got Cadillac now in Formula 1 with a great driver lineup. As a Mexican.
The driver market currently is also a bit chaotic. So Gasly and Ocon are both expected. Gasly
and Ocon are
Ocon's at Haas. Ocon signed to Haas. Gasly is expected to leave Alpine by the end of the year. Sorry. Hajar has been tipped for promotion to Red Bull.
Don't take it.
Yeah.
It's a fucking suicide seat.
And Yuki's done
well, you know.
Yuki's done best out of everyone that's had that seat since Perez.
Yeah, I'll be honest, he really has. Like, and I know obviously we spoke about in previous episodes, obviously justice for Yuki, and I was very much on Liam Lawson's side initially because obviously he knew more about the cars, but clearly just he's a bit of a shit racer. Obviously, rule changes now. FIA to trial mandatory slow zone procedure in Monaco and Singapore style street circuits next season to replace local yellows.
Don't ask me what that means, because I don't
I'm
know.
assuming it's basically going to be like just slower sections of the track.
That's not racing, though.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. The FIA is bullshit. Anyway, silly season mini update. Rumours are that Carlos Sainz could head stateside to join Andretti Cadillac if Williams drops him
after 2025.
2025.
I don't think Williams will drop him, but that's that's
what, to keep the engagement up while we are talking about it. So obviously we've had a couple of weeks of racing that we've missed, and we've not really, to be honest, we haven't seen each other.
No.
Dom got into the Berghain.
I did.
Apparently saw some of the crazy shit of his life.
I've seen worse in Wolverhampton, but
mate, I've seen worse in Warsaw.
Yeah, but it was an experience.
Anyway, moving on. What I wanted to talk about before we sort of get into the racing, because there's loads to talk about, is, and it's a hot topic at the minute, and I think it's a good time to strike now early in the podcast.
Go on.
Piastri.
Oh,
I really feel McLaren are fucking him.
Because they've spent all this fucking money on Lando. And I reckon Lando's dad's fucking paying Zach and Andrea, like, come on, sort it out.
Make my son better. But it's also like, think about it, right. Up until the season break, and I know we spoke about this before. Was the last episode before the season break? Before we returned? Yeah, it was.
I don't remember. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's been a while. I've slept a lot since then.
Same. No, but I remember us speaking obviously about the mid-season break, and then obviously how it all changes, and that drivers can go to shit. But for me, the issues that Piastri's had have not been bar Baku, but I feel that's because he just was done. But we'll get into that a bit later. But I do feel like obviously the bad pit stops, like the cars not being as good, that's not him.
No, it's not.
Like, because for me, like, again, they can double stack. And
he's still showcasing that he's a good driver.
They can throw Lando to the pits, flawless pit stop, but then Piastri will go in and they'll have gun issues.
Yep. But also vice versa.
Yeah, but it does again, like, obviously you saw that they got the World Constructors' Championship on the weekend. Congratulations, McLaren, you did deserve that. You've built some fucking incredible cars this year. But I know Lando's been a big contributor, but Piastri's the fucking championship leader. He's the one who's there, and he wasn't even with them celebrating.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking bullshit, you know. That is straight up bullshit.
It's a load of drama, isn't it?
It's a load of bullshit. But anyway, so Baku, where were you? What did you watch? What didn't you watch?
Baku, I didn't watch any of the practicing or qualifying, so this is just pulled from highlights.
I'll be honest, like, obviously Lando topped FP1. Damn! 142.704 ahead of Piastri and Leclerc. I will say though, I know we throw shade at Lando, and I do think I'm seeing Lando more and more just looking like a fucking dickhead lately.
Lando's 1 lap pace is really good.
Yeah.
So yeah. Again, same with Hamilton leading the Ferrari 1-2 in FP2 before Norris clipped the barrier late in the session. So I did see some videos from that.
One thing also, whilst you mentioned Hamilton, is obviously Roscoe.
Yeah, that was.
You know what?
That was just after Baku, wasn't it?
You know what? And I know this podcast is all over the place today, but that fucking hurt, you know.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever owned a dog knows that pain.
He'd gone through like a lot of dealing to try and make things better, and it just wasn't working. Yeah, and I think that's when he made the call. So
it's the hardest thing to do as a pet owner. So again, Lewis probably is never going to listen to this, but think about you, man. We know we've both got dogs. We both know that pain.
It's not good.
So I feel everybody really sympathised. But yeah, then obviously Norris headed up FP3, just over 0.2 from Verstappen.
Qualifying. Genuinely, I noted this down in my many notes from things. Descended into chaos with 6 red flags. So I did watch the qualifying for Baku. I watched it, I think, in between my gigs on the Saturday. But yeah, 6 red flags, the most ever in Baku. Verstappen took the pole, obviously, with a 141.1. Piastri and Leclerc both failed to set times in Q3 after their separate incidents. So that was fun.
So yeah, I'll still signs like getting on the
Started
like
P2,
getting hype in
yeah.
the Stein grid. So obviously it was Baku, which obviously we didn't cover, but we're just gonna quickly smash this out.
Skibbity Baku, my dudes.
Skibbity Baku. So obviously lights out. Baku, Verstappen gets a clean launch from the pole covers. Carlos Sainz into turn one. You know, honestly, Verstappen in turn one.
Yeah.
He's fucking ruthless. Then obviously Oscar bogs down, cut trigger anti-stall, and drops to the back of the pack. Later on, basically crashes out in turn 6, bringing out the safety car. I'll be honest, mate. I reckon that anti-stall happens. Like, you know what? Fuck this.
I've
had enough.
I watched that, and yeah, when it just panned to Piastri in the wall, I was like,
I'm pretty sure that I messaged you. I was like, what? I was like, he's had enough today. He's had enough.
That was crazy. I genuinely wasn't ready to see a Piastri retirement. But do you know what? It was one of those things where we were talking about it a couple of episodes ago, where it's like the difference in points. All it takes is a Piastri DNF.
Yeah.
It's happened, and I think the current standings,
even taking really
in
close.
Singapore's results as well, I think it's 24 points now.
It's one race now.
Oscar gets one more DNF and Lando gets a win. Game over.
Yeah, it is.
He'll only be ahead by 1 point, but you know,
it'll be enough. Anyway, lap 4. Tom, tell me about it.
Safety car peels in and the racing resumes. Verstappen controls the restart perfectly, as he does, and immediately builds a small gap over Sainz. Russell, who started third, pressures the Williams driver through sector 2, but can't find a way through on the tight street circuit.
Lap 10, obviously, Verstappen continues to stretch out his front in front of Sainz and Russell, locked in a DRS train with Antonelli running strong for 4th, Lando up to 7th, passing both the racing bulls on the main straight. You know what? Mercedes have really fucking found their legs in this second half.
They're second in the constructors, aren't they? So, and I think they're
do you reckon,
really fighting for that.
Sorry, mate, I'm still dying of allergies. Do you reckon that Mercedes have just taken McLaren's engines?
Well, McLaren's is Mercedes'
That's
engine.
What I mean. But do you reckon instead of sending them McLaren's engines, they've just taken McLaren's and sent them their engines?
No, they've gone, right, you've won now. Can you like tell us? Like,
yeah, look, guys, we need those engines back because there's a recall on them.
Yeah, maybe
DPF filters.
Must be. Norris makes his first big pit stop, switching from mediums to hards. The undercut works against the cars behind him, but McLaren's pace doesn't look strong enough to challenge the leaders. That was lap 16.
Yeah, 20, Mercedes calling Russell to cover Sainz, who pits 1 lap later. Russell stops marginally quicker, and then the undercut puts him ahead of the Williams driver when Sainz rejoins the track. Verstappen remains unchallenged and in the lead and continues to set fastest sectors on his worn mediums.
As Verstappen does.
You know what? Like, how the fuck does he find the pace in that car, you know?
In a car that he's complaining about his shit every week.
Mate, that's the thing. Like, he's like, guys, the car's shit, and he'll still just beast mode it.
Lap record, like, yeah.
Yeah, like... Obviously, lap 38, tell me about it.
We ain't that far yet. Hamilton pits from 8th and rejoins just behind Norris. The two Ferraris, Hamilton and Leclerc, run close together for several laps, swapping positions twice as they manage the tyre deck. Lap 32, Sam.
Yeah. You know, Verstappen finally makes the box, finally pits. Like, switches hard and still comes out ahead of Russell Sainz. Wasn't his like lead at one point only like 40 seconds or something? It was something ridiculous.
It was. So at this point of the race, I found it only just started to pick up and start getting interesting again, and that's only because people were boxing. I feel like both Baku and Singapore was quite a boring race.
Yeah.
And Baku's usually quite interesting, which is surprising.
Yeah, they were very tame races. Anyway, lap 38, Dom.
38, Antonelli is putting in impressive laps in 4th, managing tyres well and keeping a steady gap to the McLarens behind. It's one of his most composed drives of the season.
Yeah, Antonelli the last couple of races has looked really good, you know.
He's really
good.
Really showing, and he's podiumed in his first season.
Exactly.
Gotta give him that.
Like, Leclerc reports vibrations on his rear tyres but decides to stay out. Hamilton closes the gap and overtakes his teammate for 8th into turn 1, making the move stick cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
So, last couple of laps, lap 50, Dom.
Yeah, so lap 50, Verstappen sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:43.3. on fresh tyres, extending his lead beyond 14 seconds.
There we go, 14 seconds. Oh, that's fun. There's a lifetime.
That's after pits as well.
That's, I mean, there's a lifetime and then there's fucking that in there. Honestly, like, I can't, as I said, like, our opinion of Verstappen is Verstappen, but he's
still one hell of a driver.
He is.
Last lap, Sam.
Verstappen crosses the line to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for Red Bull, leading every lap in a dominant fashion. George Russell finishes second, delivering the Mercedes their best result since Canada. Carlos Sainz secures third for Williams, the first podium of the season. Antonelli finishes a career best fourth. By Liam Lawson, Tsunoda, Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc and Hadjar round up the top 10. Now, a few little interesting things to mention there. And I don't know if you put them in, but I'm going to say them anyway.
Just browse the notable events thing on the next page.
Yeah, well, I'm going to cover them right now then.
Sweet.
So, I'm pretty sure it was a Grand Slam for Verstappen.
I was just about to say, I think it's a Grand Slam.
Obviously, we got Piastri's crash out, which we spoke about. Now, obviously, for me, again, I was working at F1 for that, and it was so nice to hear Carlos Sainz go, and that was my first smooth operation for Williams. It won't be my last. Like, honestly, like Williams have got a great lineup, you know, and the car can do it clearly.
I think they've just been finding their feet with how they're running things now with a completely new, well, no, not completely new because they've still got Albon, but a fairly new driver lineup.
New team
pairing.
James Vowles is pretty new, isn't he?
I think it's his second season,
but
still,
it's still new to the team.
It's the first season that they're not using Excel to keep track of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They're actually, I think Komatsu's the company that's the data company. I don't know, but they're yeah.
Right. Anyway, race results. That one.
We're gonna Rochambeau.
Yeah.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot.
Yeah, go on. Okay. You take odds.
So in P1. Max Verstappen.
P2 was George Russell.
P3, Carlos Sainz.
P4, Kimi Antonelli.
P5, Liam Lawson.
P6, Mr. Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh, what a way round for them to be. P7, Lando Norris.
P8, the GOAT, Lewis Hamilton.
P9, Charles Leclerc.
Do you know I call him Chocolate Leclerc at the minute?
Chocolate Leclerc. Okay.
P10, Isaac Hadjar.
11, Gabriel Bortoletto. Gabriel Bortoletto.
Get it. Put your teeth in on. P12 was Ollie Behrman.
P13, Alexander Albon.
P14, Esteban Ocon.
P15, Fernando Alonso.
You know, he's getting funny as fuck. You know he is. P16, Nico Hülkenberg.
P17, Lance Stroll.
P18, Pierre Gasly.
P19, Franco Colapinto.
P20 is Oscar Piastri with a DNF. What the fuck was that race?
A worst result for him so far. Lap one as well.
You know, let's move on though.
Well, notable events before we do from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So we obviously mentioned Verstappen and his Grand Slam, led every lap. Yeah, claim his 6th win of the season and finishing over 14 seconds ahead.
Bash!
Piastri with his lap 1 crash ended the race almost immediately after the turn 6 incident on the opening lap and brought out the safety car, costing him his vital championship points.
Russell returns to form. George Russell delivered Mercedes' strongest performance since Canada, finishing second after undercutting Carlos Sainz during the pit cycle. Williams back on the podium. Carlos Sainz secured Williams' first podium finish of 2025 and their first since Monza in 2024, providing the team's progress with their latest upgrades.
Antonelli impresses once again with he finished with a career best 4th. I'm sure he podiumed this year. I don't know where that's come from. But after a composed drive, managing tyres better than many of the more experienced drivers around him.
Right, we've got to put an ad break in because we've got pissed off sponsors asking where we've been for 2 weeks. So, we'll see you in a second.
What do we want? Race car noises. And when do we want them?
Meow.
So,
we're back.
Singapore. Let's dive straight in.
Balls deep, bro.
Let's go.
Digmatized.
Oh, Lord almighty. Right. FP1. Did you catch any of practice or quali?
I caught some FP3 and I watched quali.
I caught a chunk of quali, but I didn't catch any of the practice. So this is just from written highlights.
I've shorted literally today a brand spanking new TV, and the next race I'm not working.
You're not working?
I'm working.
Oh.
So I can't even watch F1 on my nice new TV. But I mean, I can watch.
You could if you wanted to. Just
watch it again.
Watch it again. I'll do it again.
I'll do it again.
Anyway, FP1. Fernando Alonso topped the session with a 1:31.1.
Go on, Alonso.
Charles Leclerc was second and Verstappen was third. Meanwhile, Alex Albon suffered a brake fire in the rear of his car and was unable to set a time.
FP2, Oscar Piastri led the timesheet in the second practice ahead of Isaac Ajar and Verstappen. The session saw 2 red flags. George Russell hit the wall around turn 16 and 17, damaging his front wing. Soon after, Liam Lawson crashed his car at turn 16, bringing the session to a halt.
So FP3, Max Verstappen posted the fastest time with a 1:31. 1:30.1, sorry. Narrowly ahead of Piastri. Russell was third. Lawson again caused a red flag after losing control at turn 7. Straight into quali. Go on, Sam.
Fair enough. Sorry, I was enjoying listening to that. George Russell claimed pole with a lap of 1:29.158 in Q3. You know what? Putting him ahead of Verstappen and Piastri, he carried the momentum, topping Q2 into the final shootout. And I ain't even gonna lie, mate. Fuck me, did George go?
Lap was incredible.
Mate, did you see the sectors? Like 3 perfect sectors.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I watched it. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it was one of those where
I don't know where he pulled it from.
Yeah,
absolute beast mode, mate.
Again, as we were mentioning very shortly, not too long ago, Mercedes are fucking pulling it out of the bag.
They really are. Like Kimi and George are looking great in second half of the season. You know, obviously post quali drama, Williams drivers Albon and Sainz were disqualified from qualifying for a technical breach when their DRS wing mechanism exceeded the legal 85mm gap under scrutiny that forced them to both start from the back of the grid. You know what? Sounds like some fucking bollocks that does.
85mm. That's not even a centimetre.
Nah. It's not dumb.
Damn.
It's 0.85 centimetres. Like, honestly, like...
But rules are rules.
Rules are rules. I still stand by.
Catering budgets are there to be broken.
Reference to episode 1 if you're wondering. Anyway, race highlights. Lap 1. Dom, take it away.
So Russell makes a clean start from pole and covers off Max Verstappen into turn 1. Behind them, the 2 McLarens go wheel to wheel through to turn 3, with Lando Norris forcing his way past Oscar Piastri for third. The rest of the field keeps it tidy through the opening sector. So Verstappen was crying about starting on the dusty side of the track, and I think
honestly, mate, it's just
Senna once made a point, and I can't remember what race it was, but he qualified second, and it was during like the Prost Senna like face-off era, and for some reason, if I remember rightly, P1 always starts on the right-hand side and P2's on the left.
Yeah.
But on this particular track, for some reason, they swapped it round and put they swapped it around, so P1 started on the left and not the right. And that meant that Senna started on the dustier side of the track going into turn 1 from P2. And he was like kicking off about it. And he was like, why has it been changed? Surely, like I might be wrong on the full technicalities of it, but he was moaning because of the certain side of the track and this, that, the other. And it's the same thing where Verstappen was crying and going, oh, well, I started in P2. It'd be better to start in P3 because you get better grip. But yeah, they're fun little tidbit that I just got lost on a tangent with. Lap 4,
moving on. Russell extends his lead to over 1.5 seconds. Verstappen managing his tyres behind Norris begins to close slightly on the Red Bull while Piastri holds station in 4th.
So lap 8, the first incident of the race was...
Whoa. You're missing something here.
Go on.
You're missing fucking Norris pushing through on Oscar.
turn 3 with Lando Norris forcing his way past
Do you know
Oscar
what?
for third,
I didn't even fucking clock that, you know?
where they clipped in the front end.
I
Yeah,
clearly just disconnected then.
it's all right. It's all right. It is there.
I was there getting ready to throw hands then.
That is in the notable events that we're going to dig into as well.
Cool.
So don't you worry.
Right, let's say time is ticking on.
Yeah,
I've got 20 minutes left.
Lap 8. The first incident of the race is Alex Albon tags the wall at turn 14, breaking his rear wing.
I remember that.
He manages to limp back to the pits, but drops to the back of the field.
Right, lap 10, Verstappen reports early signs of overheating brakes. Russell's lead grows past 2 seconds as Mercedes instruct him to maintain pace and avoid curb strikes. You know what? Honestly, like every race, Verstappen's like, the car's fucked, guys.
Yeah.
But it is still like sending it.
Lap 15, Oscar Piastri is the first of the front runners to pit, switching from mediums to hards. McLaren look to attempt an undercut on Verstappen during this manoeuvre.
Lap 17, Verstappen and Norris pit on the same lap, both rejoining behind Piastri temporarily. Russell stays out one more lap before his stop on lap 18 and retains the lead when he rejoins. He did a fucking Max Verstappen.
Yeah. Lap 22, the midfield chaos as Lance Stroll and Pierre Gasly make contact at turn 7, sending Gasly wide.
Oh my God.
Both continue, but debris briefly triggers a yellow flag.
Did you hear Martin Brundle throwing fucking shade at Max Verstappen?
No?
He was like,
I'm not going to lie, I think I fell asleep at this point in the race. And I've not watched it back.
Literally, man, him like Brundle's like, oh well, like I think it was when this happened. He was like, it was all right. He went, he was like, Lance can happily pay for that because obviously it's
Daddy paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Lawrence, sorry.
Yeah.
Lawrence will happily pay for that because obviously it's your dad's team. I'm sure Lance has no problem spending his dad's money.
Yeah.
It was something like that, and I was like, nah, Brundle throwing shade. You know when you're fucked? When even Brundle's throwing fucking shade at you.
It was like every time you ask me on my prediction for the races at F1, and I'm like, Lance Stroll, yeah. Because like Lance, I too like spending my daddy's money.
Right, anyway, lap 22. No, we've just done
28. The top 4, Russell...
Hang on the fucking page. Go on.
The top 4, Russell, Verstappen, Norris and Piastri, run within 5 seconds of each other. Norris attempts a move on Verstappen into turn 7, but can't make it stick.
Lap 31, Russell manages a small lockup into turn 13, but holds position. Mercedes confirm to him that his tyre wear is under control and no second stop planned unless there is a safety car.
So, lap 35, Charles Leclerc pits from 6th, rejoining just ahead of Antonelli in 7th. Ferrari double stack Hamilton the following lap, who re-enters in 8th on fresh mediums.
Right, lap 43, Verstappen begins to close the gap to Russell. Matt, I remember that Verstappen was fucking sending it.
This was around about where I woke up. So.
Yeah. Trimming it to under 1 second. DRS opens on Raffles Boulevard. God, I can't fucking talk today. But the Red Bull can't get close enough to attempt an overtake.
Moving into lap 48, Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race on fresh mediums. The Ferrari driver runs 8th after serving a 5-second penalty for a track limits violation early on in the race.
Do you know what? I don't know if you plot this as well. Lewis made a fucking 20 seconds. Like his time, he's like 20 seconds behind, and he literally pulled 20 seconds back. And that's when they switched. That's when he had the team orders to swap.
Swap back, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's in the note chat. Yeah, literally they're swapping, and obviously, mate, he was just going beast mode. It was like watching Hamilton in his prime, like the pace he had. Obviously, moving up, Norris and Piastri close up again, separated by less than a second. McLaren instruct both drivers to hold position to secure the team's championship points. But you know what, right? Again, we speak about this
because Norris was ahead. They're like, oh yeah,
because Norris was ahead. Hold it, because Norris might fucking bin out.
If it was Piastri
they'd be
with
like,
Norris behind, they'd be like, free race.
They'd be like, yeah, free race, Papaya rules.
Yeah,
but Papaya rules just don't crash into your teammate.
Yeah.
Lando, I'll be honest, Oscar's had enough, you know.
Yeah.
Right, moving on, lap 57, Dom.
Verstappen makes one final attempt on Russell into turn 7, but locks up slightly and misses the apex. Very unlike Verstappen. Russell keeps his composure and defends cleanly.
And finally, lap 62, Russell right, Judge Bings. Russell crosses the line to win the Singapore GP. Verstappen finishes second, 5.4 seconds behind. Norris takes third to secure enough points to clinch the McLaren Constructors' Championship. Piastri finished fourth, Antonelli fifth, Leclerc sixth, Alonso seventh, Hamilton eighth, Behrman ninth, and Sainz in 10th. Now,
Well, you've just gone through the 10, so should we just pick up from 11?
Yeah.
Paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you go on. You take 11.
Right, 11. Yuki Tsunoda.
12 is Esteban Ocon.
P13 is Alex Albon.
P14 is Nico Hülkenberg.
P15, Gabriel Bortoletto.
P16 is Isaac Ajar.
P17 is Liam Lawson.
P18, Pierre Gasly.
P19 was Franco Colapinto.
And last and definitely least, Lance Stroll in P20.
Yes. Right, noble events. So, obviously, you've put here Russell's redemption drive. George Russell delivers one of the most complete performances in Formula One, converting pole position into a victory, leading every lap under immense pressure from Verstappen. It marked Mercedes' first win since Canada and their first at Singapore since 2017. And you know what? George fucking deserved that win.
He did. Don't worry, just yawning.
100% deserved that win, mate. Like, he drove fantastically.
It was incredible. It was an incredible drive from him, from what I saw anyway. And his quali lap, his start, he just kind of ticked all the right boxes. He did really well. I normally throw a little bit of shade at George Russell and be like, he literally does nothing and then finishes P3. Yeah. That's the George Russell way of the 2025 season. But he actually drove more than well enough to deserve the podium. He actually drove
competitively. So obviously McLaren clinched the Constructors' Championship with Norris finishing third, Piastri fourth. McLaren sealed the 2025 Constructors' title with 6 rounds remaining, capping off a dominant season.
I predicted that. So that's one season prediction win for me.
What, the McLaren?
Yeah.
What was mine?
I don't know. I will research that right now while you read the first lap McLaren tension note that I wrote.
So Norris and Piastri went wheel to wheel through the opening sector, making light contact at turn 3. McLaren let them race briefly before issuing a whole position call after the first pit stops. Now, hear me out. It wasn't just that. I also saw that they're basically Oscar reached out and he was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll get back to you on it." And then, but then when it was,
we'll get back to you on it. We're just waiting to see how much Lando's dad's going to pay us.
But then on the flip side, when say Oscar challenges Lando in the past,
yeah,
it's Oscar, Papaya rules. Remember the rules. Race cleanly, but you don't hit your teammates. But when Lando opens a racing incident, and it's bullshit, mate. Because I'm sorry, Oscar's the better driver.
Oscar is the overall better driver. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. I will wholeheartedly agree. And yeah, but overall, Oscar is the better driver. And I think because they're not going to say that they have a number one driver at the moment, but it's blatantly Lando's. They're
100%, mate, without a shadow of a doubt. Right, Hamilton penalised after a strong recovery. Lewis Hamilton finished 8th after a 5-second time penalty, but repeated track limits violation. Despite that, he set the fastest lap of the race. Now, do you know why he was having to exceed the track limits?
No.
He had no fucking brakes. None. Gone. And literally he was limping his car, basically getting his car back to the pits. So it could stop.
Yeah.
And I saw that. That's why Alonso was like, "I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it. I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it." And did you see the frigging what Lewis Hamilton put up on his Instagram story?
No.
You remember that? "I can't believe it's not butter."
Oh,
It's like, "I don't believe it. Me neither. I don't believe it." And it just kept cutting in and out of Alonso. I was like, "I don't believe it. I don't believe it." What a fucking guy. But then obviously, closing off.
I know there was some radio instance with Alonso, and he's like, "If you keep talking to me at every lap, I'm just going to disconnect the radio." You fucking tell him. You tell him, Fernando.
He's really turned into Kimi Räikkönen, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right, finally, reliability and consistency across the grid. All 20 cars reached the checkered flag, making the Singapore GP a rare full finish race in modern F1, especially notable given extreme humidity and heat conditions at the weekend.
It was very, very hot. Yeah.
So, we're not going to put an ad in here. We're just going to we're going to have the one. But you can have it. We're running out of time on the episode. Right. Wrap things off.
Before we just talk about the last final bits, the constructors champion, your prediction was Ferrari. So I don't know what you were smoking in January. Mine was McLaren and my dad's was McLaren.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that was that. Next race.
I had faith in Ferrari.
Ferrari and Sir Lewis.
Right. Okay. Right. We're at the MSC Cruises United States at
Grand Prix
at Circuit of America's Austin, Texas.
Hell yeah, brother!
Hell yeah, brother! First race held there in 2012. The race will be at 2 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m.
2 p.m. local.
2 p.m. local time.
8 p.m. UK.
8 p.m. local time, 2 p.m. local.
Yeah.
Confused as shit. I mean, that did.
First F1 race was in 2012. First actual race at the circuit was in 1965.
Most wins there was Lewis. Most wins for a constructor, Mercedes. Most win per driver is Lewis with 6, Verstappen with 3, and Bottas with 2. Pole position last year was Lando Norris. Podium, what was it, Dom?
So the podium last year for 2024 was Oscar Piastri with P1, Lando with P2, and Charles Leclerc with P3.
He was the fastest lap.
George Russell with a 138.4.
Right.
Race. Just a quick race note. For the United States Grand Prix. It marks round 19 of the 2025 season and the start of the North American doubleheader. Austin's 5.5 kilometre circuit blends high-speed corners and heavy braking zones, often producing unpredictable strategy calls. McLaren arrive as constructors champions, but with the drivers' titles still closely contested between Piastri and Norris, and Verstappen also. The stakes remain high heading into the US leg of the season.
Cool. Right.
Brings us to something we haven't done in a long time. Predictions. So for Baku and Singapore, obviously me and you never made a prediction. My dad actually did, because he messaged me like every fucking week and was like, "Yep, these are my predictions." And I was like,
"Well, you know what? We just have to avoid him off." Sorry, Paul.
Yeah, he's he would have gained 2 points. So
should we just give him the 2 points because he actually turned up?
I mean, he put in the work and we didn't. I feel like that's worthy of his 2 points.
Yeah, you get the 2 points, Paul. Right, I'm gonna go nice and simple.
Shit, I need to write this down, don't I? Fuck.
Come on, bastard.
Luckily, I actually have the document open, ready.
Right, I'm going
yours
for Oscar P1 because he's going to be going for fucking a vengeance.
Yeah. Well, I'm also taking Piastri for P1, so yeah.
Verstappen P2, George P3.
Oh, okay.
Fuck Lando.
Well, so Piastri, Verstappen, Russell. I'm going to go Piastri, Norris, because why not? And then I'm going to throw an absolute spanner in the works-ish and say Hamilton.
I've just realised, if you've got fucking words configured to colour things, that's incredible.
It changes automatically.
Right, anyway, let's wrap this shit up. So, Dom, it's been good to fucking sit down and have a chat. It's been so fucking long.
I know, it's been good to kind of touch base on honestly, all things Formula One, because we haven't really talked Formula One that much either, have we?
We spoke. Yeah. Like literally.
It's been work. We've been busy working together.
Put it this way, I literally live with my missus and I barely see her.
Yeah.
Like I've only come in today because I'm on annual leave this week. I've only come in today to fucking record this because this is important to me. Anyway, Dom, where can we find you?
You can find me at DJ Dom Cook on whatever the fuck you like. What about you?
Sentio Silvano on exactly whatever the fuck you like. Where can we find this?
The pod, as always, make sure you follow us. It's at Box Pod everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, whatever. And if you're enjoying the podcast, do drop a review and share it with a fellow F1 fan.
Safe. See you next week. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Oh, fuck, that hurts.